It may seem like a surprise, but I've actually been in many situations in the past, many of which have been gay and self-inflicted. But the point is, today, I wanted to reveal something that happened sometime in the recent past, and I hope you enjoy. So I was on a train, and only God knows for whatever reason, I could just be contemplating life, going to Canberra, or maybe just coming back from uni, right? So one particular person came onto the train and stepped down the flight of stairs because we have a two-story train. She sat not directly in front of me, but like a seat over. So not entirely close, but relatively close to me, right? And she's pretty much like directly in front of me, though. And I gotta stress that point from what's gonna happen next. She's directly in front of me, right? So ultimately, what happened was that she sat down and she's in front of me, and I was looking that general direction, so I saw her, and I thought to myself, "Oh, she's pretty attractive." But what actually happened was that she sat down, turned her head up, and her eyes locked onto my eyes, and I was like, in my mind, I'm like panic stations. I'm like, what the hell just happened? Like panic, like I was, I was sweating like just there. So I was like, so this was like, I was like this, and she locked eyes onto me. I was just like that, and I was just, just like, I was on my phone, just like, yeah, because you don't wanna. It's such an awkward situation, right? Like she locked eyes onto me, right? And I don't know if she saw me looking at her, but I wasn't actually looking at her. It's just like she sat in front of me. She sat there. I saw her for a split second, and within that split second, she saw me looking at her into her eye, looking at her, right? So our eyes locked onto each other for like a tiny speck of a second, and I just pretended, I was just looking away, just like, nice view outside. I can see the courts, and yeah. So what happened was I was just chilling, right? And as I was chilling, I noticed the gaze from this particular person onto me, and I was like, well, this could be a trap. Like I feel like she's looking at me, but I can't be sure. And if she is looking at me, there's two possibilities, right? You gotta consider this. I was thinking in that moment, is that is she looking at me because I looked at her, or is she looking at me because she's checking me out? So I was confused, right? I'm like should I proceed or should I continue to fakely look at my phone and the view outside? So I was stressed in this moment. I was confused. I didn't know what to do. So what happened was that I looked up again for my phone. So my phone was like this, and I'm like, and then and then I saw her. I was like that, and I was looking at her, and then she saw me look at her eyes again, and I'm like, oh fuck. And then she looked away this time, and I was like, this is the most awkward interaction I've ever experienced in my life, and I've been in many gay situations, and I'm not gay. So, anyways, the what happened afterwards is a series of events of me and her interchanging looks, like this. I'm just like this, like a montage of looks, like that. And eventually at one stage, I'm just like the hell with it, right? So I'm like, look, she might not be looking at me, but if she's looking at me, I gotta do my best first impression, right? So I'm just like, just like, yeah, just while I'm looking at my phone blindly, I'm like, yeah, Plus Fitness 30-day membership, been there every day, and just doing that, yeah. So I can't recall if she looked at me doing that, but the idea is that I try to not fake what I actually do. I do go gym once in a blue moon, but the idea is that I got to take the best of this opportunity, because how often is it when you look at a girl and she looks back, but you're not properly looking at each other. So I'm like, if she's looking at me, I gotta make my best and first impression, right? Now just keep in mind that I don't know what the hell is going on. It's like a war at the moment. Like we're scoping each other out. It's like we can't make direct eye contact or both of us explode. It's like I'm looking down, and you can tell when someone's looking at you. So like their gaze almost like hits you like in the soul. It's like, man, they're targeting you with an arrow. So yeah, I could feel the gaze, and as soon as I look up, I see her like, quickly move her head or whatever. And it was such a weird situation. Like I don't know, is she checking me out, or is she like trying to understand why I'm giving her quick glances like this. Anyways, eventually at one point I was thinking to my mind like there's definitely some sexual tension here. Like it's as clear as day, and I'm not an oblivious man. I know when people want me. All right, I can't continue this this quick eye changing tactic any longer because legit I'm dying. Like I rather she looks at me directly deep into my soul. Try to figure out all the bad things I've done, and there's been plenty. But yeah, so I was like, okay, I gotta make my move, or I'm gonna lose this opportunity, right? This person's clearly interested or clearly disgusted by me. It's one of the two. So I wanted to showcase to her that I'm very skilled, physically, mentally, and sexually, right? So I was trying to prove that I could give good tongue game. So I'm just like just opening my mouth like this. So yeah, I was thinking about all those things, just to think like, okay, well, I can't just continue exchanging glances to her. This is actually becoming weird. The whole situation is a mess, but this is becoming even more weird. So I was thinking about those things in my mind. I'm like, okay, well, because I was stressed, and I've never been in that situation where like a girl is checking me out that much, or the girl is trying to figure out why she's looking at me that much. It could be for other reasons, but yeah, ultimately, in a rather anticlimactic way, the train eventually came to a stop. I don't know, half an hour since I guess I first laid eyes on her, which is a very weird thing to say. Yeah, so she left the train, and then
they ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Anyways, 3 days later, the police come and charge me with sexual assault.